This is my personal favorite song. It was written by a man named Dick Gibbons while he was mining in Butte, Montana, about 5 years ago. It's a true story. This accident told about in the song took place about 20 years ago, and when Dick was working in this mine, a couple of the people were still there that had been in the accident. It's called Sully's Pail. I've a thing or two to tell ya that I think you ought to know about that rusty bucket Sully carries down below. You're not the first one, stranger, that has laughed at Sully's pail. You're the only one that's laughing now. The rest has heard this tale. Sure, when we was young and handsome, had some 10 years in the game, old Sully had a partner, and Jim Riley was his name. They had knocked about together, Bingham, Butte, and Coeur d'Alene, and they brawled in every bar room from Eli to Fort McLean. Now me and old Ted Johnson, sure you'll not remember him, we was working at the rarest, had a stope with Sul and Jim. The four of us together, we was working side by side. That's how come I chanced to be there on the night Jim Riley died. Well, the blasting had been easy, it was coming out like sand, and we was mucking out the ore, those days we mucked by hand. We was nearly finished, and I hadn't heard a sound, but something must have happened, 'cause Jim Riley yelled, "Bad ground." Well, when we headed for the timbering, Sully must have took a spill, 'cause when we looked back in there, he was pinned beneath his drill. The ceiling, it was groaning now, all set to drop the lid, and Sully, pinned beneath his drill, was sobbing like a kid. Well, there's men can watch their partners die, not throw their lives away. Riley wasn't one of them, he wasn't built that way. As soon as he seen what happened, "Hey, hold on there, Sul," he cried, and before he had the words out, he had thrown the drill aside. Well, they come around the ore car, Riley wearing a big grin. Yes, he never knew what happened when the hanging wall caved in. Sully reached the timber end, his face as white as chalk, and Riley 2 yards back of him caught 15 tons of rock. That day Sully's pail was buried, he ate from Riley's pail in tears, and he's carried that same bucket now for more than 20 years. So you can laugh at Sul because he's mean and drinks a lot, but don't laugh at Sully's bucket, that's the only friend he's got.